National Electrical Code Section 250.104b covers the bonding of metal raceways and enclosures. It states that metal raceways and enclosures shall be bonded at every point where the raceway or enclosure is connected to another raceway, enclosure, or equipment, including service equipment. Conduit is considered a raceway. In the described scenario, the conduit transitions from rigid galvanized steel, or RGS, to polyvinyl chloride, or PVC, and back to RGS. These are points where the conduit is connected to another raceway or enclosure. Therefore, according to Section 250.104b, the conduit should be bonded at each transition point. It's important to note that Section 300.20 of the National Electrical Code addresses induced currents in metal enclosures or metal raceways. Specifically, for circuits of 1000 volts or less, bonding is not required where a metal raceway is isolated from ground, except for service raceways. However, in the scenario described, the conduit is not isolated from ground because it contains an equipment grounding conductor. Because of this, Section 300.20's exception does not apply. Based on National Electrical Code Section 250.104b, the conduit should be bonded at each transition point where the material changes from RGS to PVC and back to RGS. This can be achieved by using a bonding jumper between the conduit and the box at each transition point. To summarize, the key points are: firstly, National Electrical Code Section 250.104b requires bonding at every connection point between raceways. Secondly, the exception in Section 300.20 regarding isolated raceways does not apply when an equipment grounding conductor is present. Thirdly, proper bonding can be achieved using bonding jumpers at transition points. When installing or modifying electrical systems, always consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and local amendments to ensure compliance with all applicable regulations. This information is for educational purposes only and should not be considered a substitute for professional engineering advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer for specific applications.